Okay. Okay, so when I, you know what, there are a few more people coming in. Let me just wait. We'll give it a few more minutes. Okay. Okay, when I say your name, please let me know if you're here. Dove Jacob. Dove, I see you, but you need to unmute yourself. Okay.
Present.
Thank you. Grace Cacciola.
Present.
Thank you. Mitch Powell or William Goffin.
Goffin present.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Danny, I'm sorry. Daniel Mizels. Rory Gutzman. Jory, is it Jory or Rory? Jory. Mr. Gutzman, you're on mute.
Sorry, sorry, I'm having a little connection issue, but I'm present.
Oh, that's okay. I'm always having issues. Damn computers. Robert Bristol.
Present.
Thank you. John Johnstone. Okay. Jerry Gelbard.
Present.
Travis Kessel.
Here.
Scott Orlansky. Okay. Martina Baccarella.
Present.
Vincent Barranco. Nancy said she couldn't be here tonight. Yadidja Langsam. No, he said he was going to be late. Brian Levinsky.
Present.
Thank you. And Mitch Powell is here too. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we have 9 people present. 7 is a quorum, so we can go forward with the meeting.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the November 16th meeting of Ambulance Committee for New York City REMSCO. Now that we have everyone here, we're going to go over the agenda and the approval of the meeting minutes for October 26th. Do we have an approval of those minutes? Hopefully everyone got a chance to review them.
Motion to approve Travis Kessel.
Thank you.
you, Travis.
Who seconded that?
Jerry
Jerry?
Gelbard.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Okay, and then we have the correspondence report. Marie, do you have the correspondence report?
Yeah.
We just need to take a vote on the acceptance of the minutes first.
Oh, okay.
You're right. Just everyone in favor. Okay, Martina, just ask everyone in favor, anyone opposed?
Is everyone in favor? Anyone opposes? Hearing no one oppose.
Okay.
Approval carries.
Okay, there's really not that much of a correspondence report for ambulance. Let's see. I think I'm just going to go over the enforcements, go over them again at council, but you might as well hear it. For people in, I'm just going to identify people from our city. Robert Gala, an EMT number 386759, civil penalty, and he's from Brooklyn, New York. Matthew Martinez, EMT 469101, a $2,000 civil penalty, and must provide proof of remediation, Bronx, New York. Giovanni Gaviria, EMT 453942, his certification was revoked effective March 22nd. And he's from Flushing, New York. Christine Correa, I'm not sure if I reported her last month, but I'm just going to do it again now. Christine Correa, number 424165, civil penalty of $2,000, Brooklyn, New York. And the Center for Allied Health is one of our training centers. They have completed a review, an evaluation, and they have been reinstated completely. They did pay a civil penalty, but they're reinstated completely, Brooklyn, New York. And for anyone who needs to see EMS disciplinary actions, I'm going to have in the minutes a copy of the webpage, the link to New York State Department of Health sanctions page. This way, if you're ever not sure, go there, and whoever's had recent sanctions, or actually it's a history of all sanctions, you'll be able to tell. Also, just to let you know, the health commerce system, if any of you have been trying to use it to identify credentials for our EMTs and paramedics, that webpage has been down for probably, this is the second week. And the Department of Health they're working to get it up because it's a big problem for them as well as for us. So it's not your computer, it's the state's site. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Marie. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. Do we have any new applications for transfer of operating authority?
No,
Any new applications? Any new applications for expansions?
no, thank goodness.
Awesome. Okay, and I know ambulance committee met for the tag reports. Do we have an update on the reports? Is Vinny here?
Vinny said he was coming tonight, but I don't see him here. So I guess I can give, or who else was on that meeting who may want to discuss this? Jerry, were you there?
Yes, I was.
Okay, great.
In the absence of Vinny, the vehicle security sticker tag met to go over the current and future direction of vehicle and personal security sticker validation. It was left that FDNY NYPD would talk to their leadership to see if there's interest in furthering the process and interest in making sure the non-municipal ambulances and certain emergency vehicles were stickered and validated, as well as a system that I proposed and methodology, which was sent to the fire department through Grace, and we'll await on updates. Probably at this point, it'll probably come up in January. But the committee is going to meet in between, and if there's anything valid, it'll get out to council.
And I have a report from NYPD. I was actually really surprised at the last meeting. I thought that the security stickers would be just going away and that nobody wanted them. But the major agencies did want them. And I received a call from NYPD. John Johnstone spoke to his superiors, and they're very interested in assisting with this project. They may even have the technology to assist us with creating databases and whatever else we might need to be able to use the security stickers. So I have to get more information from NYPD. So as soon as we set up our next meeting, which hopefully will be in the beginning of December, we can get more information from the police department on what they're able to do to assist with this project. And hopefully by then we'll also hear from the fire department and see what they want to do.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything to say about this sticker?
I just wanted to add, I was waiting to discuss with FDNY senior leadership. Sorry, I have the wrong mic on. I was waiting to discuss with FDNY senior leadership and technologies. I was awaiting the application that Jerry was discussing. He just notified me. He sent it to me earlier today. So once I view that and I'm able to set up a meeting with our fleet services and BTDS, I'll see where we can go with that.
Okay, so I'll wait to hear from you, Grace, before I set up another tag meeting so that we can all come in with information.
Yeah, I just wanted to have the application that we discussed available so they can see what we're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually excited that there appears to be continued use for these, for security stickers for our non-municipal vehicles. Okay, so that's the end of that report.
Okay, is there any unfinished business?
You know what, let me ask a question for Jerry and Travis. Mutual aid, the mutual aid forms that we have on file for the volunteers, should we be updating those forms?
The regional mutual aid for the volunteers really needs to be updated if the individual parameters for a specific agency changes. So if Squad A is identified as a mutual aid partner and they go out of business, then Squad B that has them on their roster needs to adjust it. So we probably do need to survey the squads, have them look at their annexes and who they have as the mutual aid partners. And if there's any additions, corrections, deletions, they should supply it. And Jim and I, Travis and I, with Jim's assistance, could probably put together something to go out to them to update it.
Okay, let us know what we can do to assist you. I was just thinking about it. It's been a while since we had anyone fill out the forms or look at their neighbors to see how you're still working with each other. And we should try and keep that updated.
Definitely, anything that mentions Middle Village or Glendale should be adjusted.
Yeah. We
Yep.
have a few agencies that are gone.
Yep. We can put a blast together and put an addendum of what they got to fill out, because it's only one page, 2 pages that they need to fill out and sign, and it gets put onto the global mutual aid document for all the volunteers.
Okay.
Marie, when you get a chance, if you could actually just email what you have on file out to us, so that way we could just see if we could identify any problems that we know will be coming.
Okay. Email to Travis and Jerry. Any mutual aid we have. Okay, thank you. Is there anything else?
Any other unfinished business? Okay, hearing none. Do we have any new business?
Well, I have one new business. I don't know how many of you have seen, we put out a job posting for an operations assistant. And so if we really would like to have someone with a bachelor's degree. I don't know if that's going to be possible. It's what we would prefer. It's a full-time job here at council, dealing basically with CONs, TOAs, and all the operational issues in EMS. And it's between 50 to 70,000 a year with benefits, so it's not a bad job. If you know of anyone that would be interested, please share the job posting. Okay, Scott, do you have anything you want to add? Okay. I told you it was going to be fast.
Okay, no other new business? All right, hearing none, since I don't hear about any new business, I'll entertain motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Thanks. So
Thank
please,
you.
second, who's seconding that motion?
Second. Rob.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Robert.
Rob. So please be back at 6 o'clock where we will have council, which will also be pretty short, and you'll all be able to just take off. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
And Charlie, you can just put us in whatever that holding pattern. Hey, Georgette, you still there? Yeah. I don't know if you saw my email, but I'm taking off, sort of.
You're off
If
mute,
you're
Marie.
coming in,
You're off
please,
mute, Marie.
me and my mouth.
That's why I'm concerned.
Okay, now I could unmute myself. I stopped talking.
Hey,
Dr. Lang, back.
sorry I missed the ambulance committee meeting, but I'm here for the REMSCO, Marie.
Okay, great. Yeah, I mean, we gave the report, but you can add to it when Martina gives the ambulance report if there's anything else.
Okay, very good. Thank you. I'm so sorry about that. I had a family issue going on.
No, that's okay. And I need to speak to you anyway about, I spoke to NYPD, so we'll have some stuff to discuss this week.
Okay, fine.
Okay, Marie, I got all the documents. Thank you.
No problem. You're in charge.
Let me know when it's time to start.
It's 5:59. Let's give everybody one more minute and then you can officially start.
Yeah, just take a look around to make sure that we have a quorum.
You know, we have 21 people here already, so
Okay, well, if they're all members, it's fine.
yeah, so I'm gonna just do attendance real quick in my head. Okay, from what I could see, we definitely have a quorum. So if you want to get started, we can.
Let's get started. Good evening, everybody. This is the Tuesday, November 16th, 2021 meeting of the Regional EMS Council of New York City. We are operating under the executive order of the governor that allows us to have remote meetings, provided that it is both being recorded and being streamed live. As you can see in your upper left-hand corner, we are doing both of those things now. First item on the agenda is the roll call. Marie, please take the roll call.
Okay. Please respond when I answer. Pull your name. Dove Jacob.
Present.
Grace Capiola.
Here.
Stacy Scanlon.
Present.
Welcome. Samia McKeechin.
Present.
William Goffin,
Present.
and I see Dominic is there too. Dominic.
Right next to me.
Jory Gutzman. I don't know, I keep spelling your name wrong.
You got
Mr.
it. Present.
Okay. Robert Bristol,
Present.
John Johnstone, Travis Kessel, James Downey,
Present.
thank you.
Travis Kessel present. Sorry, had a little issue.
That's okay. Jerry Gelbard,
Present.
okay. I'm only calling primaries, so don't feel insulted if I don't call you. Joseph Schenker. Scott Orlansky. Morty Lax.
Here.
Oh, great. Martina Baccarella.
Here.
Vincent Baranco.
Present.
Arthur Cooper.
Here.
Robert Krupe.
Here.
Megan Kessel. Manfred Fuchs. Sean Graves.
Sean Grace, present. Good evening.
Thank you. Jerry Gumbo.
Good evening.
Thank you. Eudigia Langsom.
Present.
Brian Levinsky.
Present.
Dennis Laurie.
Present.
Mitch Powell.
Present.
Glad you're recovering really well from your accident, Dennis. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Speaking of.
Hello? Was
We
someone
have a
saying?
quorum. I'm waiting for you to announce that we have a quorum.
I thought someone was saying something. Yes, we definitely have a quorum.
Thank you very much. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the October 26, 2021 meeting minutes, which were distributed prior to this meeting. Are there any corrections, additions? Is there anyone who opposes the acceptance of these minutes? Are there any abstentions? Hearing none, we'll consider them to be accepted unanimously. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the correspondence report. Give me one moment, please. Okay. So, first of all, the office of the council received the following correspondence. Actually, I think it's the other way around. Membership email was sent to New York State DOH requesting clarification of membership requirements for REMSCO. Did we receive a response?
Ryan Greenberg got back to me. He confirmed that he received the message and he is forwarding our question to the DOH legal department.
Thank you. We received nothing new from Fidney EMS. From DOH, we received a series of enforcement actions. Let me read them to you. There are a large number of them. Johnstown VAC, $4,000 civil penalty from Johnstown, New York. Robert Gala, 386759 from Brooklyn, New York, $2,000 civil penalty. Matthew Martinez, 469101, $2,000 civil penalty. Must provide proof of remediation from the Bronx, New York. Joan Sinelli, $2,000 civil penalty from Grand Island, New York. Ambulance Service of Fulton County, $4,000 civil penalty from Clifton Park, New York. Giovanni Gaviria, 453942, revoked, effective 10/22/2021, $2,000 civil penalty, Flushing, New York. Kevin McKeon, 144941, suspension stayed, $2,000 civil penalty, Lynbrook, New York. Christopher Howland, 367-340, $2,000 civil penalty from Amsterdam, New York. Christine Correa, 424165, $2,000 civil penalty, Brooklyn, New York. And Center for Allied Health, I think this is a duplicate, $2,000 civil penalty, Brooklyn, New York. Okay, there is an EMS disciplinary actions enforcement actions page, and there is a link. Marie, you please put that link into the minutes so people can go there. There's
Yes.
no new information from EMS agencies, no co-sponsor information, and we sent out agendas, minutes, and associated attachments. Before we move forward, I believe that from the REMAC, I don't know if Joe is here yet, but there is a motion to approve a new member on the REMAC. Can we do that now so we take care of that and don't forget it?
Absolutely.
So please present it.
The REMAC recommends the appointment of Dr. Mary Foote to replace Dr. Celia Quinn. They're both from the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, and the REMAC seat is for the emergency management seat.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? If not, we simply have to endorse this.
Mhm.
Are there any objections? Are there any abstentions? Hearing none, I will consider the individual to be endorsed and welcome to the REMAC. Are there any other items that we need to endorse at this time? Marie, do you?
No.
There will be some additional people being suggested for at-large membership, which is going to the nominating committee. That's correct?
Yeah, that's actually part of the Medical Standards Committee, which does not have to be approved.
Exactly.
Here.
I just wanted to announce that that's happening.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any questions on the correspondence report? Hearing none, we'll move on to the staff report, emergency preparedness update. Scott.
Yes, good evening, everyone. FEMA reimbursement for volunteer agencies activated during the COVID-19 mobilization activation in April and May of 2020 went out to each agency leadership via email with instructions. This submission will have New York City REMSCO as the grantee and all agencies as subgrantees. FEMA requires substantiation documentation to be submitted along with the reimbursement request. REMSCO is requesting agencies to return the required documentation by November 30, 2021, so we can submit this to FEMA as a single package. Agency with questions related to the DR 4480 COVID-19 reimbursement submission, please email myself, Scott Chang, at REMSCO. And I want to add a special thanks to District 18 Director Jerry Gelbar for his assistance with this submission for the volunteers. Jerry, with his expert experience on FEMA grant submission, is pivotal to the speed which this project was approved by FEMA and New York State dishes. And the report.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Scott? Jerry, the REMSCO would like to thank you as well. Thank you very much. The next item is the program agency update. Marie.
There's really no new information for program agency. We've submitted our first quarter vouchers and we are awaiting approval and receipt of funds.
Thank you very much. Ambulance committee report. Martina.
Hey, Dr. Langsam. Ambulance committee met earlier today. There were no new transfer of operating authority applications. There were also no new applications for certificate of need. We did discuss the security sticker tag. They have identified, I'm sorry. There is a continued need for these stickers. NYPD has reported it, and they may help us to assist with their technology. FDNY is also having an internal meeting, and Vinny, are you here? Vinny?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry I missed the ambulance committee.
It's okay. You weren't the only one.
Let me just add a little information. After the meeting, I was contacted by NYPD, and I was surprised that they're very interested in supporting the use of security ID for our ambulances, and they may be able to, they're actually checking out the technology that they may be able to support us with. So we'll discuss that more at our next meeting.
Do we have a date for the next meeting of the TAG?
No, not yet. I haven't set it yet.
Okay.
Right, we had said the
fine.
beginning of December. We just didn't get a date.
Mhm.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'll be reaching out to you, Marie, and we'll set up another meeting.
Okay.
Okay, we also discussed that there were several other agencies that have merged and or closed. So the volunteer sector will create a survey for those agencies to update their mutual aid agreements. REMSCO has also posted a job opportunity for operations assistant. The link, Marie is going to send out a link. If you guys can please share it with your staff to see if anyone is interested. Seems like a really good position. And end of report.
Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions for Martina? Hearing none, we'll move on. Well done. Okay, next item on the agenda is the Training and Education Committee report. Morty.
Hey, so Training and Ed has been continuously working on the training package. We're going to need, obviously, a better strategy for the next time so we can roll it out in a little bit more of a timely fashion. As I think I've said before, I think 6 weeks we have found to be probably the best target timeline to launch prior to protocols launching, with the first 2 weeks and last 2 weeks being the heaviest used time. Anything beyond that really gets stretched out too long. Anyway, we're hoping by the end of next week that it should be up and running on the state site. The videos are all done. They're just being edited now. And as soon as that is complete, it should get uploaded. So as soon as we have that, we'll put it out. We've also taken the list of protocol changes, and we actually have a good punch list. It's not a comparison to the old one, but it's something that Marie will be able to send out with the advisory that really itemizes the changes, considering the amount of changes that there were this time. So I think people will find that useful. There were several folks that were actually made regional faculty. I'm not sure that is an exhaustive list. I suspect that there are more that are going to be added to that, which is fantastic because it's really going to increase the capacity here in the region to run instructor level classes, which is desperately needed.
Are there any questions for Morty?
Yeah,
I'm Downey with a question. Any idea the length of the protocol update, and will it involve a test at the end?
Yeah, they're always going to involve a test at the end. But the format is going to be nearly identical to last time. It's going to run the same way. Each section is going to have its own little set of questions, and then at the very end, there's going to be a graded test. It's going to generate a certificate.
So along those lines, first of all, it's free, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How many CME hours does one get for this?
So I don't have the total runtime of the videos yet because it's still being edited. The BLS is actually going to be pretty short, so we'd probably put that one out for an hour. The medic one, I'm not sure what the total time is going to be, but we'll probably put it for 2. That's my estimate. I'll have a better answer when it comes out, and the time is going to be posted with it.
Thank you very much, and thank you, committee. This is really a very important work that you're doing, and it's a lot of work, so we appreciate it.
It looks like
Anybody
Dr.
have-
I think Dr. Benelli has a question.
Another question, is there a central list of regional faculty that we can refer to?
I'm not so sure there's a central list at all. That's probably a better question for the state. I can give you the names of the 3 that have been just added, but I'm not sure that that's, like I said, an exhaustive list. Probably best to reach out to the Department of Health, get that information.
Okay.
Okay, Dr. Benelli, you have your hand up?
Yes, just one question. You said you're posting it on the state website or on the REMAC
Yeah,
website?
same way that it was done last time. The Vital Signs Academy website, the state site, actually ran
Cool.
very, very well out there, and it we're able to collect data on it and reporting on it. We can even see certificates if we need to. It was actually really, really useful.
Thank you. Travis, you have a question? hand up.
Just a clarification, as per the state, Jean Taylor at the Vital Signs, the regional faculty that have been appointed are provisional, pending the completion of the course. There will be some added. So any list right now is not official. They still need to complete the regional faculty training, and there may be some added. So anything's temporary right now.
That's why I avoided the names.
Thank you very much. Anything else for Maury?
I think Marie.
I just wanted to add, I did question the State Department of Health on how exactly they selected regional faculty. What was the criteria? And the response was, well, there is no real criteria yet, so we'll figure out later how they were selected. My questions were asked because there were many other people that I personally think have served the region really well and were not part of those people selected. And also our two veteran regional faculty that have been running our courses for many years was suddenly told that they were no longer needed as regional faculty and
Really?
are having their status pulled. And
Wow.
I don't understand that either. So
That's strange.
yeah, it's I would, and the regional councils are not participating in this at all. They're not telling us anything. This is totally a state thing, and I don't think that's appropriate, but we don't have any control over that yet. So
Marie, maybe we can talk offline and set up a conversation with the education folks to just get some better understanding of what exactly is their plan here moving forward, if there is one.
okay, we could try.
Okay, very good. The REMAC report, who is giving it?
I have the report here. I could just read it, and Dr. Bonelli can, I guess, chime in. He'll probably remember a lot more than me, especially about ECMO and interfacility. Okay, so we met on November 9th. We already went over the appointment of Dr. Foote. Certification and credentialing. The committee is continuing to write test questions, and they plan to have simultaneous launches of new exams for both the paramedics and online medical control physicians. And all of the questions are being written and vetted against the 2022 protocols. The protocol committee, there were no new action items, but they will be having continued discussion on modifying protocols specifically for chest pain and sedation, and also potentially creating a new behavioral emergency protocol. Next meeting in December. Interfacility TAG has met. They're developing minimum standards for scope of practice and training. And then they will be discussing the development of protocols for the next meeting. I'm going to leave ECMO TAG to Dr. Bonelli because I don't have enough information here. Is Joe Ranieri here? No?
Yes, I am on.
Okay, so I'm going to leave QA for you.
Let's finish one thing at a time. Let's first do the ECMO thing with Dr. Benelli.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, so the ECMO TAG met and there was a discussion in REMAC. There was a discussion whether the ECMO TAG, for those who are not aware, I'll just give a little bit more information. There are new studies that demonstrate over the past couple of years from Minnesota and elsewhere that if for a very select group of patients, if you that are in cardiac arrest, if you transfer them in a timely fashion to a center that can initiate ECMO, you can a not insignificant number of them get actually discharged home with good neurological outcome. And these are patients that most of them get pronounced in the field and not even transported now. In view of that, we convened the ECMO TAG and with the idea that we should try to implement this in New York City, with the first step decided to be a pilot in a time-limited pilot in a geographically limited area that is Manhattan, simply because there are a lot of already available ECMO programs in Manhattan. There was so we approached 5 hospitals. 5 hospitals have agreed, have showed interest, not agreed, but have showed interest in discussing this and seeing how they can potentially be part of this. And those are Columbia, Cornell, Mount Sinai, NYU, and Bellevue. There was a discussion during the last REMAC meeting whether this project, this pilot, should be open to any EMS agency, including volunteer EMS agencies, or whether we should limit this to the 911 system. The ECMO tag felt, after many discussions, that it would probably be best to have this limited only to the 911 system, and that's how there was a vote in REMAC to that effect. And at this point, the ECMO tag, the ECMO pilot in Manhattan is limited only to the 911 system, simply because it requires very, very strict on-scene and pre and post supervision and control. And it would be appropriate to do this through the 911 system and the 911 system online medical control. We did approach the largest volunteer agency in Manhattan that has expressed interest in the initiative, but has elected not to participate in the pilot for those reasons. So that's regarding the ECMO tag.
Are there any questions for Dr. Benelli? Thank you very much. We now move to, yes.
Hi,
Yes.
Travis
Go ahead.
Kessel,
Sorry,
District
go ahead.
4.
Go ahead, Travis.
One of the things that was mentioned at that REMAC meeting was, and this was prior to the vote of volunteer participation, but how the agencies would contact telemetry to find out availability. That actually has an application to the current stroke protocol and the thrombectomy protocol. Has there been any clarification as to how the other telemetries are contacted of availability of thrombectomy centers? And if they're not being contacted, is there any policy being looked at to allow the volunteers and privates to contact FDNY telemetry, at least for availability of thrombectomy centers?
That would make sense. I'm not certain what the policy is, but definitely if a volunteer telemetry wishes to contact FDNY telemetry to verify availability, that would absolutely would be appropriate.
Thank you very much, Doc.
Anybody else? Okay, we now move to quality assurance, and I assume Joseph Ranieri is going to take care of that.
All right, thank you. So the Quality Improvement Committee met last week. We reviewed the report on the data findings of our QA study, and the committee will be proposing a series of recommendations and putting together, in conjunction with the Training and Ed Committee, a training program to disseminate out to the region. One item from the QA meeting that came up related to our study was in regards to increasing efficiency for movement of patients. And one topic of discussion was in regards to the availability of lift assist, particularly, I guess, FDNY engine companies to be able to assist in moving the patients. So the question that the committee asked to be brought to the regional council was, is there a specific policy in terms of when an engine company would be made available to do a lift assist for a patient? And are those lift assists kind of prioritized with the engine company's other duties? So a lot of that discussion centered around getting the patient out faster for stroke patients. So I'll let the chair bring that question to the committee. In addition to that, the committee also welcomed Dr. Kosterko into its ranks. So she's now joined the committee. She attended her first meeting last week, and we'll be continuing to press forward with our QA project. And that concludes the QA report.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions? Okay, let's move on to the REMSCO report. I don't believe REMSCO met, but Dr. Krupe, do you have anything you'd like to tell us?
No, nothing reported at this time.
Okay, so we will move on to unfinished business. I'm not aware of any unfinished business. Maria, are you aware of any unfinished business?
Not at this time.
Okay,
This is Jim Downey. I got a question for Dr. Benelli.
go ahead.
At the Nassau REMSCO meeting 2 weeks ago, Dr. David Kugler, who's chair of Nassau REMAC, made a statement that their protocol committee had a discussion on stroke diversion and determined there is no current literature that recommends diversion to any stroke center of any kind based on a pre-hospital screening. So my question is there any literature supporting that right now?
I am not sure I understand your question. Stroke, what kind of stroke diversion? For what purpose?
All right, Nassau REMSCO, or the Nassau region, is going to be adopting SLAMs effective January 1st. But it's to collect data. It's not for any diversion purposes. In New York City, we collect the information and make hospital transport decisions based on that. But Dr. Kugler is saying there's no current literature that recommends diversion.
Well,
is there any?
So there is literature that shows that bringing patients to centers that can perform thrombectomy significantly improves the outcome of stroke patients if they do have large vessel occlusions. Having said that, New York City is a very different animal than Nassau County, and you essentially throw a stone and you hit a primary stroke center. So it's very different compared to Nassau County. In New York City, it's not an unreasonable decision to decide to bring a patient to a center where you can perform a thrombectomy, for the simple reason that the transport times are so short in any case. And if you think that the patient has a severe stroke and might have a large vessel occlusion, it would make sense to bring them to a center where you can actually do a clot retrieval procedure. When we looked actually, and this was data that was presented to REMAC, when you look at the data regarding the transport times, the average time is not really significantly changed. It's about 8 minutes. So it's a non-issue for us. But I am not here to make decisions for Nassau County, and that will be up to them to decide how they want to handle that. So far, from the data that we have, we know that the New York City SLAM's stroke scale is performing very well as expected. And we are in the midst of doing research and publishing research regarding the validity of the New York City SLAM stroke scale.
Any other questions? Is there any new business?
I just asked, coming back to the QA committee in regards to the availability of engine companies for lift assist, if the fire department has any information on that, so that we could bring it back to the committee.
Is that a question or?
Yes, that was a question that was brought up at the QA committee in regards to, is there a specific protocol for requesting a lift assist, and are those requests prioritized based off of patient type or engine company availability?
It's definitely based off engine company availability. And the protocol is just to reach out to the dispatcher, and the dispatcher would reach out to FireCAD to see if there are any available engines in the area.
Understood. I'll bring that back to the committee.
Dr. Cooper?
Yeah, have we presented anything to fire ops though in regards to this, so they are aware that this is occurring?
That's a negative. This was question was first brought up at last week's QA committee. And so it was requested that we bring it to this body to bring it forward to operations. So that was.
I don't believe it to be an issue, but we would need something in formal writing to present to fire ops.
Okay, I think the committee should do that. Dr. Cooper?
Thank you, Chairman. It is my understanding that the governor's executive order allowing us to continue to meet in this manner, either fully electronically or in a hybrid manner, is going to expire on January 15th. I think we have all benefited tremendously from the ability to continue, our work at our workplaces as we meet in this manner. And I would like to move that we send a letter to the powers that be. I guess it would be the governor in this case, with copies to the commissioner, asking that the executive order be maintained, allowing us to continue to meet on an electronic basis for the foreseeable future. Thank you.
I think that's an excellent idea. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second that.
Okay, I imagine, is there any discussion? So Marie, right now, the next meeting is scheduled for January after this expires, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, actually, medical standards is the 11th, but the next regional council is January 25th.
Yes, and it's especially urgent because I might be out of the country during that time as well. So could you write such an email, sign my name? Not an email, a letter, sign my name,
Yes.
maybe sign Dr. Schenker's name on behalf, and asking that this be done immediately, as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think this is a great idea. We should at least be allowed to continue hybrid meetings.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Cooper, for suggesting that. Are there any other new business?
I just wanted to announce, if you haven't seen it before by email, it's on our webpage. We're posting for an operations assistant, basically to do all, take care of all these meetings, oversee them, write minutes, and grow into the role of operations at REMSCO. So if you know of anyone that is interested, the job starts, it's between 50 and 70 with benefits, depending on the person's background. So it's a great position for somebody who wants to get out of the street and start doing some administrative EMS. That's it.
Very good. Any other new business?
Yeah, just Sean Graves here. I'd just like to just bring up that Brian Levinsky, who's also a member of this body, was recognized recently at Vital Signs. So I think he deserves a formal congratulatory for his award on organizational change over there in Northwell.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Also, Dr. Cooper was given an award, and I really wish the State Department of Health had actually told us about people from New York City who were getting awards. But belatedly, congratulations to Dr. Cooper and to Brian. And if there was anybody else from New York City that got awards, let us know who you are.
And let's put it into the minutes.
Yeah, we will put it into the minute.
Maria and Udity, if I can correct that, I did not actually receive an award at Vital Signs. I presented the award to Sharon Chimento of Rochester for excellence in emergency medical services for children. It's the inaugural awarding of the Robert Keane Cantor Award for excellence in emergency medical services for children. Again, it was my honor to present it, but it was actually won by Sharon Chimento, RN paramedic, RN EMTP of Rochester, New York. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for the clarification.
Okay, you deserve an award anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there any other new business?
Yes, New York State is holding a workshop on Thursday and Friday in regards to data collection and requirements on the EPCR. I don't know if anybody else is attending, but I think as New York City and as a region, we need to stick together, because a lot of the stuff they are now requesting to be critical on our EPCRs is totally ridiculous and time consuming and taking away from actual patient care.
Wow.
Grace, I'll be there. Brian Levinsky.
Oh, good. I tried calling you earlier, Brian. I'm glad to know you'll be there, but I really think as a region, we need to stick together and fight back on a lot of what they're requesting.
Marie, could someone from REMSCO go?
I could go. Maybe Joe Ranieri can go, and I'll ask Scott. Grace, can you send us the invite, the link? I may have gotten it, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it's not a link. Peter Brody actually invited me at 10 o'clock last night. I don't know when Brian got invited, so we're a little annoyed that it's a 2-day workshop and we weren't made aware of it until 10:30 last night. Brian, when did the invites originally go out? Do you know?
No, I actually saw Peter this weekend, so I found out. I spoke to him on Sunday because when I was getting the award, but without details. There was a
Marie?
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe what Grace and Brian are referring to is the data points on the electronic EPCRs, and they've been sending out meetings per vendor. So I believe this may be related to Health EMS and not all particular vendors and their clients in general. We had ours about 2 months ago, and a lot of people pointed out that there are a lot of data points that are being required that are just tying up the on-scene time. And unfortunately, InfoSystems at DOH is not budging on a lot of it. So maybe some of the bigger entities can help with that cause, because there's a lot of data points that are, excessive. We'll keep it that way.
I guess that large entity, we know who it is. And, yeah. Okay. Is there any other new business? Hearing none, a motion to adjourn is in order.
I make that motion.
Thank you.
I'll second
Second. We are adjourned. Have a good evening, a good week, everyone. See you again. Happy holidays and
Happy
see you all in
Thanksgiving.
January.
Happy holidays to everybody. Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.